Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Dicey Dungeons. Yes, I was frustrated in the last episode. I mean, I felt like we were handcuffed, you know? We don't have enough damage to kill enemies quickly. We don't get the equipment that allows us to actually do damage. So I'm gonna try, and this is me being guilty of looking for one simple rule that will help you win the episode. The only thing we yeet from now on is, well, we could do 16. No, you do it like this. The only thing we yeet from now on, whenever we're given a choice, is utility. The one exception is pea shooter. I think pea shooter is garbage. I would much rather have spanner. But from that point onwards, if spanner has to go in order to keep staff, so be it. You know, I think that it's just we've learned realistically we are pretty much just always deficient on damage. So never ever, when possible, keep utility over damage, because we just end up losing damage at all times. Like, we lose every single run, or at least in the episode yesterday, we lost every single run from an inability to hit enemies enough. So, what we will do is keep damage. Red pieces of equipment, Streamer's Delight. Green pieces of equipment, Streamer's Fright. It's just that easy. And I'm optimistic. Like, I think we'll have a chance as a result of that. So, Snowflake is not as good as Spanner, and Snowflake is also not damage. So we will keep Spanner. Now we have Sword. Now here's the tricky thing. We'll see if we get equipment as soon as we go down. I think we fight and deliberately lose Spanner. That's my current, position here. I think you go into this fight knowing that Spanner is, it's time to go, you know? And it doesn't bother me. You lose Spanner, sure, maybe you don't get Shock as much. Shock has not been our issue. Being able to actually hit the enemy has been our issue. So here, there's no way we're gonna kill you, but I still think it's a great turn to use your limit break just to get over the fact that, you know, my man blinded us. Okay, so you're gonna take Spanner, and then we're gonna put Staff in there. Probably, but then we will have to get rid of, sorry, we're gonna put Sword in there. Then we'll have to get rid of something. We will probably choose to get rid of Staff, because Sword is raw damage without a counter. Kind of value that a little bit more highly. What do we have right now? We have Combine All Dice, then Burn All Dice would be next, or maybe Burn 3 damage, or I think you fight Sneezy now, because he only gets 1 dice. And he could do a lot of damage to us. So obviously you start with the combinatorials here. These are just bad rolls. Maybe you don't start with the combinatorials there. What you're looking for, by the way, is a Shock on the split. The Shock is not that good against this guy. It is what it is, unfortunately. My son, do you hear this cat? Ruka? What's wrong, man? He's got these mournful meows. What is it? Oh, did you fight Tomo, but Tomo fought back? Ruka. Here, I hate to take time out of the video, but my boy. My Ruka boy. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, where's he going? Hey, he's crazy. Get out of there. Don't go into the mess of wires under my desk. It's okay, yeah, go behind the garbage can, even better. See, he's crazy. He's crazy. I don't think the 6s do that much for us here. We got you next turn. Let's put it that way. My son, come out of there. You don't want to, why live there? It doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you though. I'm glad we fought Sneezy when we fought Sneezy. Could have gone a lot worse, I think. My boy, Ruka. Here, I'm gonna pick you up. Don't freak out. I'm gonna pick you up. Get up on the, here you go. Oh, he's a sweet boy. Oh, he's just crazy sometimes. He's just a little crazy. And he just needs a strong father figure in his life to give him some pets. Okay, I mean, this is a tough choice, but I do think you get rid of the Staff, and I do think you take Flamethrower. Flamethrower has not been our problem. It just happens to coincide with every single one of our losses. So, Given the choice, you would yeet leather armor. If we can't yeet leather armor, we will yeet flamethrower. That's the only thing you need to think about, because one of two ways we're going to make that happen. I think this is a very nice limit break opportunity. You're in a world of hurt. If you want to use dice, you're going to have to pay out the nose. Alright, I had a feeling you were going to take that approach. We only need to hit you for 6. It's a very easy task. I would rather have lower sustained damage. So take leather armor. Yes, but flamethrower is the next most yeetable piece of equipment in the arsenal right now. Do not attack Tomo. You don't attack Tomo, okay? So here's the thing. Spike is definitely the most yeetable, followed by flamethrower. If Spike were reusable, we might consider it. Dagger is kind of tempting. My son, you cannot go. You cannot go. Tomo, get out of here, okay? This cat, he's insane. He's insane. He's fighting. He's fighting me. I think this is one of the rare times I'm actually gonna Google Spike Dicey Dungeons. Show me the wiki. So many comments. Sneezy with upgraded equipment is overpowered. I don't know if we can find it. Okay, you may leave. My boy, you may leave. Here we go. Spike, Dicey Dungeons wiki. What happens when it gets upgraded? It does 1 more damage. Okay, so it's not worth it. I thought maybe it would become reusable. So dagger is a possibility. I think I don't mind an upgraded hammer, for one. And then that allows us to put at least something in the other slot. So we're going to keep scrap metal there for now. Although, to be honest with you, if I have the ability to yeet the spike early, I may do so. Because then we could use scrap metal in the future. Because right, a spike it needs a 1, which is tough. And then it does a little damage. Like, it's just not any good. It's just not good. Because he only has 2... Well, how many pieces of equipment does he have? He only has 2 pieces of equipment. Okay, so I do think shock is valuable. And then we might as well do this. But yes, I'm looking for lethal next turn on the flamethrower. This removed 1 weakness ability from him, which is super nice. So, it didn't hit flamethrower. Fantastic news. Okay, we will lose scrap metal or spike, please. I will lose spike. I stand by this decision, even though it might seem silly. Electromagnet, I do not see being that useful. But I'm gonna yeet flamethrower, put electromagnetic out there, knowing that if I kill the Yeti, we'll get full HP. So I'm saving this for after the cactus. There's a whole confluence of things happening right now, okay? You wouldn't understand. It's very complicated. You start here. I forget this, dude. You just put the detritus in here. I want to lose electromagnet, I think, as much as I want to lose... Thank you! Whatever. Freeze my dice. Do no damage. See if I care. We still hit you. We still hit you for 4. We still hit you for another 2. That's a little low, but... Still. Double me. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is actually a really amazing roll from him, but my limit break specifically counters freeze, so that's lucky for me. We only need to do 12 damage. It's an easy task. So they're giving me a choice. You might as well get rid of scrap metal now. And then I probably do want to get rid of electromagnet. It's honestly the fact that electromagnet requires... I'm gonna try this. It's obvious, or honestly the fact that electromagnet requires a 7. That's so bad. If it required 5, it would be okay, I think, and it would be much more usable for us, but it doesn't, so I think here we definitely just love this damage, this, and we'll work on you next turn. We should have you lethal in 2 turns right now with this combo. The thorns are just catastrophic, but the shield helped us out a great deal there. I really appreciate the shield here, protecting us from our first thorns usage at least. Protecting us a little bit from our first thorns usage. We gotta kill him. It's as simple as that. That's good. Actually, that's horrible. Actually, with the shock, it's not that bad. He's just gonna add a bunch of thorns and then dare me to hit him, which I will. So shield, please. We still want to lose scrap metal. I think but bump. I might be persuaded to lose bump if they give us the option. Why? Because we don't value bump either. So we might as well get rid of it while we have the chance, and then scrap metal will protect a more valuable piece of equipment in the future. I was just thinking about what does an upgraded electromagnet look like? Electromagnet, Dicey Dungeons. Wiki. Let me type wiki in here. Wiki. Electromagnet. Upgraded version does not have an upgraded version. It looks like it just becomes smaller, is my guess. I don't think you can preview this in the backpack, unfortunately, which is maybe a bit of an oversight. We don't have enough dice to make an upgraded flamethrower work, so we really have to be careful about this one. Keyblade is interesting, and also very cheap. I mean, 1 for Keyblade is very tempting. How much is the upgrade? It's 1. Okay, I think that's your play then. I think you buy the Keyblade for 1. You go over here. You buy the upgrade for 1. What does an upgraded Keyblade look like? 1 extra damage. Magnet gets smaller. Scrap metal is comical. And I think you basically just have to 1 damage, really? Here's the problem is if we go with a smaller electromagnet, it doesn't solve our problem with it. But all the other upgrades are also bad. So, I mean, but an upgraded sword is just like, this is a slap in the face. This is not a great upgrade, but keep in mind it did cost us 1. Again, we just don't have enough dice to do this, I think. Man, if only this started to cost 5 instead. I think it would be so usable. Honestly, give me the Keyblade. I think we'd rather yeet Flamethrower than Sword. Late game, at least. So I think having the Keyblade for now is totally fine. Oh, my love, you know you are the handyman, and oh, my love, my wish and my command. If there was ever a time to use your limit break, I think it's now, because we love this. We love this. Might as well get something out of that. I mean, that's the Keyblade is free damage, and we get the dice back, so it's solid. How much are you going to spend to use that spanner? But why? I guess because it doesn't matter. You weren't using your dice. Well, you could have gotten pea shooter closer, you dummy. Anyway. So we want to lose scrap metal. There's no question we want to lose scrap metal on this one. Then we at least get a heal. Yeah, we wanted a 1-tile wide piece of equipment for now. We would like to lose Buzzer. I will lose Flamethrower if I have to. So if we're going to potentially lose Flamethrower, let's fight the Snowman first because he's weak to fire. This is the kind of thing that could make a huge difference, I think. I think you save Flamethrower. I think you wait. This is our only even, so I think we might as well get this started. Oh, hold on. Did Electromagnet also start by doing 1 extra cycle of damage? Like it was 1 cycle up? That might have been the case. Anyway, I wanted to save Flamethrower until we got to our limit break. And we got to our limit break. So I think this is very valuable. You go Barricade, Focus. Now this should hit you for 18. No, it hit you for 24, even better. It's double damage. One of these days I'll remember that. Might as well. You're gonna die next turn. We might as well just give you 1 shock to incentivize you to use some of your burning dice. You only rolled 1 odd to begin with. Yeah, you're in a world of hurt. So again, I would like to lose shock the most. Keyblade is proving pretty useful for us. Shock would be the most. Flamethrower second. We can lose shock. Okay, totally fine. Heal me, please. Sword. It's tough, right? I actually think... I think we do it like this. And basically, we'll lose Sword or Electromagnet. I think Keyblade is valuable enough because it's free damage with the dice available. So Sword or Electromagnet, either one doesn't really bother me. Sword, I think I prefer to keep because it doesn't require any setup time. It's just always going to do damage with 1 dice, whereas Electromagnet won't. But I might be underrating it, I'll admit. I think this is a great time to focus. I don't think you need to run the numbers on this one too much. I think you just have to... you have to kill him, I mean, ideally, before he hits you. But you know that you're getting to full HP after this, so there's a lot of value there. Given this, we don't have a choice. Take my sword. I honestly think you should copy... We've clearly demonstrated upgrades are not that good. You should copy our Keyblade, which, again, is now 8 free damage. And I still... Okay, there's another piece of equipment that can slot in. I still think you should take Flamethrower, but we'll roll with Ray Gun first. We want to yeet Ray Gun from existence. I can't believe it, but we're on the 5th floor. You always... Okay, Cornelius and Rotten Apple are 2... Those fights do not matter. Straight up. Rotten Apple, you fight him last. Cornelius, he'll probably do 0 damage to you. If he doesn't do 0 damage to you, he's gonna kill you. So you just have to get through these 2 guys right here. Unfortunately, there's no heals in the interim period. So I think you start Paper Knight, and then you go for the Rhino Beetle. You're weak to fire. We did put Flamethrower out there? We didn't put Flamethrower out there, did we? That's a big oversight on my part, I'll admit. But we got some very, very good stuff going for us here. I know we could have done 2 extra damage, but I think that getting the Electromagnet kitted is valuable too. You're only going to be able to do 1 cardboard sword on this turn, which is good, I think. Losing the 5, not that big of a deal. And this, now we're getting so much economy out of so few dice that I'm like, I'm loving life. And again, we'd love to get this going. You're definitely lethal next turn. We'd love to see no evens. 1 even is fine. Actually, totally fine. That's, you can't look at this and be like, that's a bad situation. We've gotten pretty lucky. Please take Ray Gun. I'm begging you. We're on the cusp. You have to take Electromagnet out of these. It's not even close. We would like a piece of scrap metal and a heal, ideally. We have to buy this. I think straight up, you definitely take Healing Crystal as well, just to be another yeetable piece of equipment. We'd like to keep Flamethrower as long as possible. Healing Crystal, Ray Gun, probably actually Ray Gun, then Healing Crystal, then Flamethrower is the order I want to go in right now. Roll an extra dice. Is a 2. That's fine. Hit me with this. We gotta be strong turn 1. So you start here. You start here. Very, very strong turn 1. 32 damage, 1 shock, 2 burn. Terrible use of Battle Axe. Absolutely just awful use of Battle Axe, which is beautiful. All we have to do is 14 damage to you on this turn. It might be possible. I mean, I think it's definitely possible. Dude, okay. Take Take ray gun still. It is valuable with our limit break, but yes, of these, you absolutely take ray gun. Who do you fight? I think you fight my man Cornelius first. Plasma cannon is another yeetable piece of equipment, thankfully. You take Cornelius first because you have a gadget that does damage. So use your damage-dealing gadget. Now, 10 damage is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, I think. Honestly, I think you would rather get Plasma Cannon closer. Even though, I know you're probably like, that's a little bit egregious. I don't think it is. I think this is a very sensible approach that we're taking. Keep in mind, we will never get a limit break against this guy. It will not happen. And if he yeets us, he's gonna yeet us and kill us in one hit. So we're hoping for low rolls. That's, you know, slightly above average, but on 2 dice, who cares? You know, this is not where the game is won or lost. 5 extra damage, always nice. Very nice. Very nice. The shock at least takes 1 dice away, which is very good. 1 die if you want to get pedantic. The heals would be useful, but I don't think you need them because Rotten Apple is up next. So heals are worth disproportionately less than usual. I think this is just an absolutely horrendous roll. But even on horrendous rolls, we do okay, thanks to the existence of the Keyblades, which have very quickly become like the most valuable piece of equipment that we have. So 5 dice. You cannot roll a 36 on 5 dice. We don't have to kill you this turn. We won't, but we're going to get close. I mean, we're going to get as close as you can possibly get. So here, I mean, you might as well recover a little bit of HP. Beautiful. I know. I'm in my head. I'm like, dude, we actually could. We should have healed more off of that, to be fair. But we actually could at least make it to the boss. 6 to all counts is extremely good. If we still had Electromagnet, which we don't. We might as well heal. We're about to get more equipment as well. Okay, so just hold on. This is very important. I think you do buy a boomerang. The reason is we can use it to accelerate the kill on Rotten Apple. It's a yeetable piece of equipment. We don't really want to keep healing Crystal, but, you know. I think 10 damage plus 2 burn is acceptable from Flamethrower. And honestly, hit him for 2. Okay, dude, I'm telling you, we're gonna make it to the final boss. That in and of itself makes this video a huge win. If we could actually win the episode, I would be over the moon. It would be an insane situation. Look at that. Okay, so Boomerang already coming through in the clutch. I actually think we could keep it and yeet Healing Crystal. If not given the choice, you get rid of the Boomerang, and actually Fury as a gadget seems unbelievably good. Counterfeit is not relevant, but kind of do need some space. Okay, so what you do, I know it seems funky. I think you upgrade Flamethrower. We only need this to work for 1 battle. You upgrade Flamethrower. You take out Healing Crystal. You put in Counterfeit. Do we have 4 dice? We have 5 dice. You take out Counterfeit. You just keep the Flamethrower in there. I did think about duplicating 6s. You don't need it. You don't need it. Flamethrower plus Fury is going to be so much frickin' damage. Yeah, okay. I know once we lose it, it's gone, but we don't need Counterfeit. Beatrice. She's not strong against shock. Does that change our plan? Not at all, because Hammer is just there for damage. Or sorry, she is strong against shock, is what I mean. It's the opposite of what I said is what I mean. Whatever I say I am, that's what I'm not, okay? Now, this roll is good, but we could also stall and get our limit break for next turn. But on the next turn, we might be shocked. She's immune to shock. That's right. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. We definitely want to double up on this for as much as possible. I think you wait for the limit break. So I think you just go, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I know we should have furied some of the damage there. That's actually just like an absolutely correct decision. So we wanted to see low rolls. These are probably a little bit higher than average, but you get a dodge, which is fine. We can bleed that. A shock and a shock. Okay, this is very important. Step 1 is the dodge. We do need to spend a dice here. Then we're not going to have enough dice. No, we will, because Keyblade returns a dice. So, I'm walking it through in my head, okay? Focus. 6. Dodge. We have 4 6s left. 6. I think you stall on this one again. I know you're like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you, you gotta trust me on this one. We knew that was a dodge, by the way. You just go ahead with this. It doesn't really matter. You fury on this for just raw damage, and then you basically do nothing. Low rolls, please. Okay, those are low enough rolls that we should have a better chance to not be shocked on Flamethrower. Thank you. Now we focus. First off, you got to get a dodge out there, but focus first. This is the dodge. Fury for 48 damage. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some people out there who say that this cannot be done. Inventor 4 is unbeatable, they say. Those people, don't watch this video. It's going to shatter your worldview. For us, it's beatable. We only have episode 4 as the witch left, and I'm ready. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.